Hi, this is Mr. Dring from Fulford School. I've been promising my Year 10 computing students that they can win some prizes for their amazing work during their computing lessons and some of the challenges they've been doing. So this has been provided by MakeBlock Education, who've asked me to do a little video review, and then I can give this away to one of my students. So this is a CyberPi Go kit. It's a programmable device ideal for anyone who's interested in getting involved in making their own artificial intelligence or IoT, Internet of Things projects. We'll have a look inside in the box in a moment, but let's just have a look and see what it can do. So it's kind of pitched as an alternative, but a more powerful alternative to a BBC microbit. There's a link in the description to all of these technical details. But if you look side by side, it's a much more capable, much more fast processor inside. And the big difference is that you can connect this to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and it's capable of doing some simple artificial intelligence like speech recognition, and then connecting to the internet to be able to translate that what you recognize the speech as into different languages. It's got a full color screen, so input and output possibilities are pretty much endless. It's quite good fun to play around with. It is more expensive than a BBC microbit. So a microbit, I think you can pick up for about £13, just the device. If you just get one of these with the built-in rechargeable battery, it's about £50 or £60, including VAT. So let's have a look inside the box. So inside are three parts. We have a USB-C cable, so you can power it and charge it via USB, and you can also program it via USB, and we'll take a look at how you can program it in a mo. And then the two main components, you've got the CyberPi Go programmable microcontroller, and then inside the box, it's a really nice little touch. You get a QR code that links to the instructions and some examples. The device itself, you can see the buttons. It's got a couple of GPIO, general purpose input-output ports on the back. Not as many as you get on a Raspberry Pi, but enough to be able to interface with the other devices if you particularly want to. And then you've got the processor inside that also allows you to connect to Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And then in the other box, you get the rechargeable battery, which means that once you program this with your computer, you can unplug it, and then you really can make your own IoT gadgets. And it slots on really nicely. Another advantage of the rechargeable battery is that you get some ports on here that allow you to connect to a DC motor, so two DC motors, say for forwards, backwards, and for steering. And then you've got two servo ports as well, which means that you can just plug in any servos, and then either with the block-based code or the Python code, you can make your own like robot arms or gadgets that interface with the real world. It's really good fun for physical computing. Okay, so I'm gonna switch it on and show you the software that you can use to program it, and also have a look at the built-in software and examples that come with it. Okay, so I've just zoomed in so that you can see what's on the screen. There's a power switch on the side, and if we switch that on, you can see some of the example programs. It comes with its own CyberPi operating system. Apologies, you can see some greasy finger marks. I will clean those off before I give this away as a prize. I've just been fixing a puncture on my bike, if you worry about why my hands are dirty. Sorry about that. So press the home button on the side. There are some example programs built in that you can use with the built-in joystick. So program 6, I think, is a little maths puzzle. So 18 divided by 6. You can try and get the right or the wrong answer. So that screen gives you quite a lot of possibilities to play around with the different challenges. Let's go back and see what else is there. Switch program. Let's see what program 3 is. So I don't know if you saw, there was the RGB lights on the side. We've got some kaleidoscope drawing going on. So it's a full color screen that you can program. Okay, I'm going to plug it in with USB-C, and then I'll show you what it's like to program it on the computer, because it's much more fun to program it yourself than just to experiment with the software that comes, sorry, the programs that come built in. Okay, so the software that you use to begin with, that's made by MakeBlock, ide.mblock.cc, just works in a browser. You do have to install a driver, but that seemed to work without any problems. It works just like Scratch, so if you've used Scratch before, then you'll be very familiar with this, pretty much like for like in terms of dragging and dropping the blocks, and you can build up the programs. The big advantage here is you can translate everything that you make in the blocks, and you can see that live translation from your blocks to code. So a real nice addition that you don't get in Scratch. So you've got the same kind of functionality to build your own games in this MBlock IDE, but to program the device, we're going to go on devices and add in the CyberPi. It's also worth noticing you can play around with other devices. Some of these are a lot cheaper, some of them are more expensive. Like these Arduino Nanos you can pick up for next to nothing, and you can also program them in here, which is quite good fun. We'll go for the CyberPi device. And then to program it, you just press connect. It comes up as a COM port, a serial port. You can connect to it, and it should send your program live, although I think it seemed to work better for me if you make it so that you just press upload and then it'll run the program. So let's have a look and see. If we get the LEDs, so that's the LEDs on the side. When the CyberPi starts up, let's change what color the LEDs are. So we can play around with these. Let's make them all amber, except for maybe that one in the middle, which is going to be red. And then when you press one of the joystick buttons, let's say the display is going to say congratulations, because there's going to be a prize. You have won. Okay, so then to run it, you just press upload, it compiles it, it does everything it needs to behind the scenes, and then you should see the RGB LEDs on the side. You push the, what did we say? Oh, when joystick pulled up here. Congratulations, you have won. So what do you have access to? There's an accelerometer with gesture sensing. You've got the buttons on the top, and it can sense sound and light intensity, as well as whether or not it's connected to Wi-Fi and the battery levels. You can connect to your Wi-Fi and broadcast stuff over a network, so you can send messages from multiple devices if you've got a couple of them. And I might consider getting a couple of these for a STEM club. We got a couple of students to a national final of a IoT competition last year. It would have been brilliant to have some of these. It would have been much easier to put together some of the projects that students came up with. For artificial intelligence, you need to be connected to the internet, and once you are, you can do speech recognition and even translate from Chinese to a variety of different languages if you're connected to the internet. You can send messages and do all sorts of interfacing with other electronic devices. So the possibilities are pretty much endless. It's a really nice device to play around with. The block-based programming is really simple, and then it automatically translates into Python, and then you can just extend this Python code once you're happy with the syntax and you know how to program it. So I will announce who's won this device after this video. I'll announce it in lessons. So I hope you're able to make something fun when you play around with it. Do get in touch if you need any help with the Python or the programming. But if you have any questions or you need any support, do get in touch. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.